A world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. In the bright glow of the dawn, I see myself clearly, bringing in a new day. The old way of doing things is done. I don't care what you say. Monsters don't sleep under your bed. They sleep inside your head. And if you haven't done the shadow work, you're left behind is where you stay. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the street. We gotta protect plus homeschool. Our babies is a must. They not just no moms, but also no pops. These worshiping pedophiles wanna feed our children's spirits to robots. Turn all of us from carbon-based to silicone-based. Should be where the shit show stops. Get back to doing for ourselves. Water system irrigation and grow crops. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to walk with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems, and beats. But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets. I'm sad, I'm not some master teacher. No, am I some pastor or preacher? Was released represent with this passion to speak of. After doing 25 years in the beach cuffs. Realize they tried to teach us spiritual, mental, physical diet. They tried to feed us the fire of our ancestors resides in each of us. With that, I'm inspired to turn this heat up. I'm envisioning a world full of love and peace. Thus my decision is to war with this beast. Through tones, melodies, poems.
Will we bring it off for you?
But when the time comes, shoot it out in the middle of the streets.
We're really approaching almost like it's a Frankenstein moment. And they're framing it to us as, innovation, right? We should all be so excited that this is happening. And, I equate it to like the Golem, bringing in like these robots. They would like to feed our life force to learn us in every tiny detail, not to empower us, but to actually transform us into a robotic simulation that is under their full control.
Nah, bro. Come on. You almost there, bro. Almost there. Survive. I do it die for Chi-Town. Who am I but Chi-Town? You young fool, I'm too fly to just slide out. Blue sky but high ground. A crown slash helmet. So my aircraft stealth spit. Can't be tied down or even seat belted. On the ground, I see green like a Celtic. My heat pulverized, the cheese is melted. The realness of cash money, I dispelled it. You did the fusions in my eyes, I beheld it. The finger fucked, the cause my hand, I dealt it. Felt the vibration, the gut of my pelvic.
I don't know, we breast comb my wig and do my cap on. That's what I would do.
Goofies are well quick. Hot body for remarks, velvet.
How's it going? How's it going? What's happening? What's happening? Damn, baby girl, Deb, what's happening? I mean, hello. Don't come in here. It's a fake account. Are you young? Like,
I'm one tough cookie. I don't follow our set standards.
y'all need help, man. I'll never get frustrated at anything. I just think that the bots, I think the AI, I think certain individuals are pretty dumb, and you don't want to get better. So, ain't nothing I can do for you here.
At a rate, I'm data space ace, y'all. Buster stuck in the cage, face off. After the shape, the state is a fake, a fraud. Battlestar intergalactic, my mindset. Perfect comes from practice, so I rhyme best. I excel like I'm climbing a step. You got a lot to learn. I am adept, you of no concern.
Exactly.
My measurement, width, lift, height, and depth. I'm just piloting up. Flying a jet, spray the adversary. Martial Chronicles like Ray Bradbury.
All the Arabic brothers I know, they say, what's up? They go, hey, what's going on, bro? All, even overseas, what's happening? What's up? When I was in Turkey in the 80s. So don't come in here with that bullshit. Told you, a lot of y'all new generation motherfuckers that you think you're gonna live 300 years and this, that, and the other. No, you're not. You're stupid. I don't care whether you believe me or believe them. I ain't mess you up. How can individuals be so intelligent and can't see shit right in front of them and believe anything a motherfucker say? Stupid.
I know you can't do nothing if you're broke. Listen to me.
You don't want to be helped. They condition you to die.
People, I'm talking to you. Sure. Y'all really thought that I was done with y'all.
Oh my God.
I'm really done on y'all.
I think I can live off of this. I really think I can live off of this.
About this or that, whether your word is bond or whack. Here's a big fat, yellow, white, red, brown, black. Bow, Big Mac, whether
right
is
there.
brown or flat.
Bellissimo.
1 hour shit back. Enough with the chit chat. I see through the side ops. Looking past the shine spot. Third eye game, tight flops. I don't eat pork, but I will fry cops. For foes, my heart's cold as an icebox. I'm saying that ops. From the skybox.
Let's go ahead. Let's get it started so I can go ahead and get it in. Let's see if we can get a little better.
And my music, and a lot of music.
I was brushing and combing my wig because I gotta comb and brush my wig.
Rising up again.
I mean, I guess I could use a pick if I had it was way out here, but even then it'd be weird.
So the only people that scared are the oppressors. The only people who could have any harm coming to them are those who oppress. Simple as that.
3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor. Me no. I know Omek right there. He going like this right now. If you're over there and you ain't working.
Drop the oppressor. Me no surrender.
Oh, I'm gonna go in. I'm going in, y'all. Oh man, I didn't want to. I was gonna take 3 days, right? Get myself situated. I gotta go in town, pick up the spray. I'm gonna go live when we come back. All right. So we build. I gotta get some clamps. I might have to get it tomorrow. I want to run out of town and make one trip. I'm transferring money, and I want to wait for it to come over before I got fiat. I can go out there and get what I want, but I want to get everything based on what you know what I mean? And so when I come back, tilt, speckle, paint, let it dry, a couple of hours for it to be able to sit. Then go inside and get good while it's up. I'm gonna clean it out and start painting. Anyway, painting, and I'm gonna do that live when I'm rolling everything out, slapping it on, the paint, the mold killer, all that. Once that's in, it's just build. I found the I'll show you guys. I think it's shade enough. The sun's not right over here like it was the other day. So I'll see if I can show you. Now I figured out on my laptop how to actually do in-picture and all that kind of stuff. Blah blah blah. I don't care about all that stuff.
No surrender, 3 pound pressure, no weight lesser. Drop the oppressor, make no surrender.
Somebody was like looking at me, right? They said, "You had a future, your forehead." I was like, "What is that?" Well, you got an ancient look. I said, "If you only fucking like stay in their world, you're not equipped for anything else. Just stay in their world." I had to pull out my feelings, and just stay in their world and don't worry about nothing else. Y'all got to free yourselves so that way you can hear and understand things that go beyond your comprehension right now. I can sit here and talk like this. Y'all can go, "Oh, he's a cool fuck." I wouldn't give a fuck. I just know that y'all got to get to a certain place. I'm attempting my best, not trying, to guide you in a certain direction. And I know a lot of y'all don't want to do it, and you're scared. I can dig it. All right. Well, we're gonna jump into this YTN and YN goofy shit. We're gonna talk some good stuff, and then we're gonna address the totalitarians. How do you call them? Totalitarians on the land. water to get a little cold. It's going to get up to about 100. It's supposed to rain about 20. 20. Let me get like I'm the weatherman. Meteorologist James. Meteorologist Lucifer. Man, can we help you? No, y'all just keep fucking with things you ain't supposed to. So somewhere around about 12, 1 of 13, 1400, supposed to, about 15 to 25% chance of rain. Texas got a slather, over 111 people dead, 162 missing. California, you got fires. New Mexico, you got fire. Oh, they really doing their job here. But see, what y'all don't know is they're prepping. Okay. But we're looking at 15% to 25% shower chance today. When we get to Sunday and the weekend, it's going to be a little higher than that. But it's well-deserved and well-needed rain. Now, it's going to be monsoon-like, okay? That monsoon means coming in full force, you know, like when you get it all, cats and dogs and puppy tails, you know, puppy dogs. Coming like crazy. All right. So this is dried up, and I just wanted to dry it up so I can show you. This is what comes off the mesquite trees. I think it's very edible, and the stuff that licks off of is excellent elixir, but you gotta look it up. You gotta see for yourself. I got a bigger one here that I dried up. It looked like lizards or something got a hold of it. It's only a piece of it. I'm not even messing with it. It's a little fatter, that's all. It was a longer one. I got this when I was walking the trail, and you can see them all back at all, especially after it rains. So there's some pretty big ones. I'm looking at a couple right here. I'm thinking about getting them and doing a little something with them. We'll see. But this is a mesquite pod, okay? And we went over that with my allergies and everything. I still use mesquite. That's why I'm not tearing and going crazy. I do, for some reason, have an allergy all of a sudden. As I stated, when you go to these hospitals, they give you stuff. Sometimes they don't mention what they give you. But what happens is your body can have an adverse reaction. My body reacts bad to sugar. There's about several things in my body. Some would say it's an allergy. It's not an allergy. My body, as I've gotten to a certain point after doing certain things, when I consume or partake in certain things, my body reacts to it violently. No, I laugh and it's kind of ticklish. I guess you could call it some kind of S&A, you know what I'm saying? Sadomasochist, SMA, you know, S&M type thing. No, it's not. I allow myself to, and this is for you, I allow myself to feel things in a different consort instead of fear-based, pain established. And when we say pain, what is pain? Couldn't we say energy that's off-grid, off-mark, that drives a different way? Couldn't we say a pain affliction that pulls another derivative of thought and emotion, embarked on a different feeling of expression? I mean, I don't know what this term pain really is. And only the ignorant ones do. The Negro is the creator of mostly all things. And I wanted to get into this because there's a lot of, we talk about the millennials, I guess called the last branch, the ones who are around like 10, I forget the numbers that they jump through, and 20 or 24 or something like that. Well, when you look at the older millennials, the original, all right, well, I guess you got the Z nation. Well, you look at the guys in their 40s now, the ones who had a little prison, did a little military, fought for about 18, 15 years, or served in the military, you know, I'm seeing them, and a lot of them are in the blank, the Gangster Disciples, the Vice Lords, the Crips, the Bloods. You've got a lot of veterans who weren't felons, who served in the military, and they are in these gangs. Latin King, I got 2 friends who are Latin Kings out in Bronx. Yeah, they're Puerto Rican, but they ain't stupid. They got Afro-Latino is what they call, but you got to remember, it's a brother that created it out in South America, but how did it become so racist? You got to think about what's the spell that's cast on America, on this land they call America, which it is not. YTs, we're talking about the young generation. I'm seeing a lot of edifice of a lot of stuff coming, like programming from the TV. Now, anybody knows, if you've been around me, this time, like when I'm in Page, I don't really look at TV. Like I'm always outside, I'm always doing something. When I'm inside, I'm inventing, I'm building a model or something like that, or writing or going live. I'm reading. When I'm by myself, I do totally different things. Since I've been out here, I've been able to watch YouTube like crazy and really, really look at the different generations. At night, I'll put the earbuds in and I'll listen to old town music while the TV might be playing, because I'll just turn my back, because I like to sleep on my left. So slumber on my left. so I can get the right picture, and then I lay completely on my back so I can walk, if you get what I'm saying. When I'm on my back, I'm able, it doesn't matter what's going on around me, it all goes black, and I am in there. I'm attempting to get y'all there, but for the YTs and the YNs, there's a lot of racism with these YTs, and it don't make sense. And it, with these YNs, you still have magnificent, no, there's great people on the YT side for y'all. Cause I'm using these terms because y'all just don't know how to stop casting spells on your damn selves. You're so stupid. I'm using these terms because that's your efficient. That's what's efficient for you. That's your way of interpreting, and y'all won't free yourselves, and that's the way y'all see yourselves, and that's just stupid. We've literally, and like I said, I've been doing this over 40 years. Already broke down that white and black don't exist, that it wasn't even a status back in the day. It had everything to do with melanated people, white did. Now they flipped that around. It's not my problem that you run around listening to goofies out there, and probably Zionists and actors. They groom. But you see it's bad, especially when you want to say Cuban and Colombian, and we're talking about Americanized people like Florida. Those Spanish motherfuckers down there on the police department, these young YNs and these young YNs and YTs that are in the police department are some of the dumbest sons of bitches I've ever seen. Just like down there in Phoenix, we got some of the dumbest Spanish speaking motherfuckers I've ever seen on the police department. Now it comes with something, all right? It comes with something, just like Las Vegas, ain't no different. And thank goodness every once in a while you got a guy that comes up and goes, look, that's First Amendment. You can't go running down. Cause see, you got a lot of dumbass women joining the police department, and they the worst motherfucker. They shouldn't even be there. Emotional tirade. Oh, they can't facilitate a proper thought. And then that feminism, that femininity bullshit, it's not even the highest. This is the lower. It's the degrade. And then put on a costume and then subjugating it. And you got this little tiny 120, this YNs and YTs getting rough with the Spanish-speaking Latino guy. He's got to be a gang member because in the car he's resting at a, I'm just giving a scenario, after eating a sandwich to go back to work. And you got this motherfucker that runs up and opens the door and starts reaching in the vehicle. First of all, if he killed you and he had camera on, it would be legitimized. Now, you have a fake government attempting to eradicate and change that, militarize. And y'all don't see it because a lot of y'all still with this YT and YN thing. My grandmother was here. My great-grandmother says, you know what they calling each other now? They calling each other YT and YN. And they say it's so they can beat the algorithm or not get shadow banned and this, that, and other on platforms. First of all, y'all shouldn't be using the terms, you dumb motherfuckers. That's what you are, you dumb. And now they got channels that go Karens and Kens out the world, and it's all kind of weird people. It's like y'all have grabbed, somebody put it out there, y'all grab this stuff and you're running with it. It's another curse. It's another spell. And the motherfuckers can't see it, but I am grateful for the brothers and sisters. Are y'all aware that the melanated man is in their family more than anybody else? The less on welfare? And we're not talking about that bullcrap 13%, because now they're admitting 56 to 65 million. I'm telling y'all, 70 to 8, up to 100 million of us, we make up the majority of the goddamn country. And I know it's hard for you to accept, but people are coming around and starting to go, wait a minute, because the majority of us don't do census. Yeah, we got paperwork and the feds know exactly, but like I said, when you cast a spell and you take each group and you change like a differential, a little slippery on this side, so it grabs a little more. It's a little, you know what I'm saying? You're going up the hill, you got a little, and so it grabs here to pull it up. You know what I'm saying? Well, you got positive traction. Both of the motherfuckers is digging. We need both hemispheres digging, y'all. Not one over here always turning on. This one just got like it's, I mean, that's what it's like. And I'm very aware of these idiots who are on YouTube now. They found a way to be able to discuss their racist points and keep it that way. White lives matter goofiness. And then you got on the other side, Black Lives Matter. It doesn't kind of crumble, but you have certain people within the Black Party, Panther movement, Salam Alaikum, oh my God, with the religious dichotomy behind it. Those are spells casted on our brothers and sisters, and they're too stupid to get it. Just like all of our people running over to Africa. I got brothers and sisters from Ghana, Nigeria. people who I guess you could say I love more than life itself. And they know it. But they laugh at all this. And they over there emulating us, the ball caps, fitties, the everything's, Timberlands, and there ain't nothing wrong. We got millions of our people over there, whether you like it or not. And they're using this YT and YN. And they said, what's the culture? How about the fact that everything about motherfuckers is our cultures? Everything all you dumb motherfuckers is doing in the world is our culture. Every one of you motherfuckers. The Chinese and the Japanese and the Koreans are showing more soul than the rest of most niggas out here. And that started with us going over there in the 80s. Hip-hop breakdancing, you know, doing the motherfucking old dances and stuff like that. Stuff they remember in Vietnam, you know, kicking it back up. And it went viral. Red Bull, Jews behind it, jumped on that so we could make another $1 billion or $2 billion. But right now, this YT and this YN thing is a spell, and a lot of y'all ain't getting it together. Y'all falling like a bad deficit. Even though we have magnificent ones, we still in the department with the highest IQs, y'all. Don't try and start finding this Chinese. Stop that shit. We already know Hindus and Chinese, a lot of them got through colleges and got into certain positions because they paid to play. Strange for the change, sometimes it's them things, okay? And now we're talking about hundreds of thousands. We ain't talking about no little 1 and 2 and 3 little individuals. While the same goofies in your fake government kept our people back. Let me tell you something. Let's say my name is Jean-Pierre Boutou, and I am a famous clock maker. Matter of fact, original. And better than that, I've changed it about 1,000 times to where it's finite in its operation. Well, if for some reason somebody, and I had 12 children. Now, if they took them and put them in a system to educate them to be subservient, and they didn't even know what I did, just a little hint, because I was working by myself, they would, by me, they would be the next best clock makers, and on and on. Now, you know how they come in and steal all the paperwork and everything, and then the children don't know. That's lost to history and time. When somebody was attempting to argue with me, some YT youngin was trying to argue with me about the Big Ben clock. I says, you know, whenever you want to argue, the problem with y'all today and the reason why people are murdering people, it ain't just the old bastard, no good pedophile dictatorship, fake God motherfuckers that's got you in that position. That's called powerful manipulation. Some good shit. But what I'm saying is, it's because you don't know no better. You entrusted an idiot to allow the pain, the strife, and the struggle to benefit you. So this YT wanted to argue the fact, and I said, you don't know who the fuck I am. This individual didn't know if I was an inventor or if I didn't study these things, if I didn't work in certain places. Y'all are quick to judge based on colorism without even checking yourselves, because every time I ask my young YT friends and brothers and sisters, what the fuck have you accomplished? See, at night I get about a quartet of about 1,000 crickets in this goddamn tent that drive me stir crazy. That's what I'm getting right now. A whole lot of legs catching on fire. Squeak, 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 you know? What in the fuck have you and your ancestors accomplished? All right, YNs. With everything validated of our great accomplishments, hidden of the obscurity of whitewashing and a whole other lot of things, it's not about hate. You know, you want truth? Maybe I should change this to Truth Channel. But because I've been asking y'all to do the research when I put stuff out. Only a handful do. YNs. My grandma, my mammy, and she was fast. I was born at 17, so she was hopping and scooping in 16. My mammies, all of them, great, you could never see their damn camel toe. You couldn't see anything, even if they put on dungarees or jeans. No, they knew how to address themselves. And even though they all got backsides, you could not see the backside defined. Every time I turn around, this is what I see one of you motherfuckers doing. What is this shit? Y'all niggas, you females, what the fuck is this? What the fuck is that? Now you got the niggas talking about, why is doing this now? What is going on? And you got a bunch of dumb, and this is where it starts, dumb aunties and uncles sitting up there, Timmy. That'd be that motherfucker in South Park in the wheelchair. Timmy, that's what y'all, and that goofy bitch with the braces want to kick everybody's ass. Look, what I'm saying is, what in the hell? And it ain't just the YNs, the YTs too. Hell, it's the CNs. It's the Africans and the Ethiopians and the Eritreans and the Mexicans and the Peruvians. It's always an N. And what the fuck? No, it ain't everybody, because we got still a whole bunch of old-fashioned heads around. All we ever wanted to do was be able to hug our children, tell them how much we love them, lived about 90, 100 or something, and go on to the next. But because y'all not paying attention to the goddamn prize, it ain't a prize you want. The prize is these fake-ass royalties, leaders, and everything else. That's the prize. Y'all think the prize is supposed to be something like when we used to get in the Cracker Jack box? Oh, I got the little limits of the fire. I'm just saying. No, nigga. Y'all, the prize for y'all today is to see who the enemy is. To act according when they're acting like the fucking enemy. They want to push the Constitution out, and y'all thought it was all about the liberals. Well, it's funny because rhinos and a whole bunch of Republicans voting for the shit. When goofy-ass fake Biden was in office. All the way back going to Ronald Reagan. When we're talking about Texas wanting to secede, that's because they want to control that right there because there's a money embargo if you work with the cartels. A lot of y'all don't really know shit. I've been saying that quite often. A lot lately. But anyway, I just want to know. What the fuck? We could be perfect in the establishment. We don't have to run around with Sharia law all covered the fuck up because a bunch of boys like to sleep with boys and they have a hard time allowing the beauty to shine through in the light of the woman. That ain't my problem. You can still be modest and humble. Thank goodness there's still some out there. I remember when it came down to Billie Jean King, that lesbian, and playing tennis with, in the 70s, that feminine fucking movement. And all of a sudden, when the women started really getting some work in the 90s, really getting work, all of a sudden it was this bullshit term of, look at the melanated, the women just outdoing the performing the men. They knew that would happen because that's what they're pushing for, but you're not. But it further embarks on the sacred desecration, or the sacred desecration of what is sacred. And y'all run around and don't even pay attention to these dumbass lesbian and homosexuals, not the ones who ain't with it. We're talking about the ones who show lack of responsibility and morals. And there's a lot of them. Anytime you want to go to a bathhouse and you want to do a triangle or a circle of sucking and fingering, and you tell me because you put on a suit, a shirt, and a tie, and you go into a major corporation that's supposed to elevate and illuminate as if you ascended? No. It means you're a goddamn fraud. And that's how they should be looked at, all of them. And that's all these politicians. It don't matter if they married or not. They're sick. Do as thou wilt. They run with this shit. Look at Scientology, them motherfuckers. You don't understand how magic works. I hate that term, magic. That is so fucking goofy. Boy, if you hit me with one of them damn pine cone, I'm climbing up there. I'm climbing up there. I still got it in me. Snatch your ass up off the. Oh, okay. Excuse me. I'm talking to my little buddy there. Now, it's funny how people don't want to accept nothing outside of what's very possible. And because it's plausible, you can see how it's in effect right? So it's plausible, right? It could be. But nobody wants to chase that down and stop it. Why? I guess because you got the fake law, right? These motherfuckers make these fake ass laws, and you should know who they are. They control, you know, APAC, ADN, all that shit. You know, they come up with fake terms while they want to murder everybody, as if they didn't do it here. You know, and instead of the melanated person holding to the land and doing what they should do, they got all y'all fighting each other like fucking retards. What the fuck is he carrying? Sound like he was pumping some kind of frequency, some kind of boom, 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 boom. That's fucking weird. Anyway, no need to know, right? Anyway, I don't get it. And even though there are more, and we're gonna say this term because I hate it too, there are more marriages of different races. Oh, I can't believe we still having this, using these words. Man and woman, right? It's supposed to be man and woman. Now we know that the goy call you goyim, right? That you're not man or woman and you're beast or some goofy shit. What y'all don't know is that's the only reason why is because y'all lack being self-responsible. You lack responsibility. You know? You know, it's funny, when Biden was in there, you saw the Moloch, the statues, the Baal statues are all over the place. Baal, whatever you want to call that shit. The phalluses, everything. You got Saucy Montana running around. Ugly, nasty motherfucking other big jerk chicken looking motherfucker. You got people coming out about Tyler Perry, like nobody knew, because he flies remote control planes, has got a biggest, what you call, movie theater. That don't mean that nigga ain't no weirdo. You don't get that far without being a fucking weirdo. And all of the people are coming out and saying this. So I used to ask my brother, man, what you seeing? You know, I know you work over there, setting up the platforms and getting all the stuff out. And that was a while ago, a long time ago. But and then he say shit. But this world has millions of Tyler Perrys, millions of that. What's the name of that preacher that bought Tyler Perry's plane? That nasty, sick motherfucker. Anyway, you got plenty of these individuals running around. You know? And you would think, with all this information out here, that you individuals would get it the fuck together. And if you see one racist, I don't care if they're in a costume, whatever the fuck, that y'all would jump on that motherfucker and beat them back into submission and tell them until they realize they wrong. But no, y'all want to jump around and shoot each other and hurt the innocent and this, that, and the other and that. You know, no reason why I don't have to do a Palestine over here, because y'all are fucking doing it. How about your dumbasses? And you got people around the world, they doing it there too, their own people. But they want to come on here because they get paid to do things. That shows you how lacking and pathetic. No accomplishment. I guess that would be considered accomplishment. Look what I'm doing. I'm getting paid, 6 figures a year to troll and do dumb shit. You know, look at the amount of money paid out to confident informants, right? CIs. You would say, well, how in the fuck? Yeah, exactly. Taxpayer money, your money being used against you, like they give a fuck about. You know, it's indicative. I would think that it's indicative upon you to do your best to change the narrative, and I know you won't. And I don't say that because I want to feed that and give it energy. I just know you won't. All right. Let me see. Make sure I turn that off. Yeah. How did I say that earlier? I was studying I think Mandarin. I think it's let me see if I can pronounce it right. Ne je meillon. 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 Je how. Ne je meillon. Ne jao. Anyway, it means you useless piece of shit in Mandarin or some shit like that. And I don't like studying foul words, but it's enlightening. And I was like, could I incorporate that into something? And from now on, I think I'm gonna start. It'd be better when I'm actually talking to people. Let's throw out some Chinese provocatory statements and get the expressions with it too. You know, like I'm saying this only because I don't want to hurt your feelings, but the feelings that you have need to be destroyed because they're lies. I got to hold on to being YT because it was put upon me at birth, and I'm supposed to hold on to and accept it because I'm fair skinned. I'm gonna be a YN because it's okay because we have a bunch of goofy ass old folk and dumbass gang members still using the term nigga. Oh, so it makes sense because a bunch of retarded ass comedians, a bunch of dumb motherfuckers they were used to manipulate you. They are dumb. But your power's no different. Smoking all that crack, a pedophile, homo. Eddie Murphy, look at that motherfucker. All of them. Godfrey, he ain't no fucking different. Look at Umar's daughter. Look at what she's going through with this sorry son bitch that robbed a lot of y'all of over tens of millions of dollars. Now he's still talking to dumbass YNs, manipulating them, talking about President, what's the name over there, you know, walking around with his Boba Fett's behind him. Well, I'm not against him, but I think he's a plot too. When it's about war, the coup d'etat that he in 2022, you know, a lot of times when I'm doing this, I'm saying that I feel at times that I am wasting my time. And some would say, well, damn it, we thought you was all about being Indian and Hebrew. Oh, motherfucker, you're all of that shit. If you can't figure that out, and I still got knuckleheads miming me with shit, and I'm like, I don't need to see that goofy shit. I'm the one that was debunking Moors, fucking up, making up goofy shit, Photoshop and shit, tearing their ass out of frame. Motherfuckers want to call themselves Moors, old dumb motherfucker, based off of a group of idiots who just wanted to get rich and probably done some of that nature boy shit too. I need some water, y'all. Please, I'll be cold a little bit. Oh. Oh yeah. When you kill parasites, there are times when you get thirsty because they're not given certain chemicals to make you comfortable while you're feeding them. So you feel it, and it's like, holy snap. I mean, I'm one big walking parasite, honestly. But anyway, I do this. I talk about, I think, the things that should be relevant and should matter. For the sake of me, I cannot figure out how people take something, and because they've been given to them while they're young, they run with it. When it should feel unnatural. Now, if it doesn't, that means that you are gone. That you are pretty much an empty vessel that has a tether of your soul or source still there. Well, it's still there in this whole thing, but you have disembarked from it. You have literally allowed yourself to be filled with everything that is incriminating, destructive, and, you know, just chaotic. Is it still there? Of course they can reconnect. They can reconnect and grasp it in whole. But it has to be something. And a lot of times we see that out-of-body experience, people dying. And sometimes you got people like Louisiana, this, that, and other, St. Louis, they get shot. I was shot 7 times. You know why? Because they get around the same circle of dumb, dead motherfuckers, and so they glorify it. Because in that little circle of idiots, they kind of get the high five because my boy Johnny Smith survived being shot. Okay, breaking 50 cents motherfucking revival moment. Shut the fuck up, you goofy. I can go on and on and on about all the bad things. It seems like it doesn't really serve a purpose. I prefer to continue to read things that will help you enlighten yourself. But usually, just like boot camp, you got to shave people's heads. You got to get them all looking like eggheads. And that don't stop everything. And you got to get them, you know, you got to work them to death till they have a puddle of water on them, you know, get sweating and half dying. That don't stop racism and stupidity and niggerdom. But it does help tighten the circle around individuals who have to do things together and realize that doing things together, you can accomplish a whole lot of stuff. And out here in this world, the system is created to cast a spell over you, put you in a sucking place, so you still perform the duties required of it to exist. That means less you. Use you up like until you're a hollow husk of an existence, and then spit you out. I know I'm just bumbling through the narrative of things. I know that I've always been kind of a first. I have no ego behind it. There's no drive in that way. And then there are people who start to realize, damn it, I'm talking to the person that kept this going. Holy shit, Red, I remember you've been keeping this going, haven't you? Well, I never paid attention to it, but I can say I have, because it's important. There's people listening now. The fear usually does it. It's like the spike protein. All of us got it in us. They knew it was transmutable. They knew that it would pass from one person through sex, talking in the air in the stores where you go out shopping. They knew this. They have a way to protect themselves. And so do you. Not protect yourself from fake death and all that other stuff, but protect yourself here. Here, it's called being responsible. Y'all know we're doing a lot. You know, it's been very hot, so we've had to chill. It costs a lot what I'm doing, and none of you are doing it, so you don't know the cost of it. I know that every year I get this week, or maybe in a month, where I'm just totally angry. Not my rage, because if that was the case, I'd be doing dumb shit and there'd be a manhunt for me. You know? The anger, I have to let it out, because I snaps on everybody. It don't matter who. And I'm a man, I'm assertive, and I speak and talk a certain way that most are not equipped or used to. You know, it's scary, even though I'm not being threatening. You would never know if I'm being threatening, because if I was, I'd be on the act upon it. That's contentious to nothing. You would never know it. That's why I always tell people, be careful of what you say and your approach and what you're doing. If you want to be silent and for no reason, and you think I'm supposed to sit there and you ain't fucking with me, I'm fucking with you. And then I'm gonna push you until you do what needs to be done. And then, because some people are paid, and you know, you better hope that I don't smell something on you. That's all I'm gonna say. I can't say nothing else. But I can guarantee you, without making up some Molly shit, you better hope I don't smell something on you. And that's based on facts. All right? Because if I smell it on you, big mistake. But anywho, I'm not here to stop nothing. Someone caught me, and I liked what he did. He says, "You're always saying that, right?" Little message. If you're not here to stop, why are you trying to stop us from doing the dumb shit? Well, I'm not here to stop what they're doing. That's I can't even fathom it, you know, because obviously that's not what I'm here for. But to stop you from embarking on further self-degradation and destruction, that's a handful. Some of you motherfuckers need to go. That you already know where I stand. Hey, look, man, the few motherfucker like the Marines. That's all I'm looking for. That's it. Oh, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, beloved. Hey, well, what's going on? Appreciate you, beloved. Hold on. Oh, this thing got stuck, y'all. What you're saying is true. My question is, how do we create a reality without the use of fiat and other new order tools? Respect to you. Well, I sadly, well, imagine 50 of us together, right? And 30 of us working. The other ones are taking care of certain things, babies, food. It could be a couple of guys too, you know, people who are just not built that way. But keeping things tidy, swinging a hammer and a screw. But we take the 30 and we take that and we purchase gold, silver, platinum, and, you know, quartz and stuff like that. And we keep that as a composite. The fiat is with purpose, sadly, because we've been utilizing it for how long? For how long? Roughly about almost 200 and something years. Yes, y'all, the fiat is the fall of Tartary and its destruction. Fiat is fairly new. It's not as old as they make it out with the fake Rome and all the other bull crap. All right. There is a way to utilize things for the betterment until you get to the point where you cross that bridge, where, because that's what they're doing now. Right now, like my ID, the driver's license should be a traveler's permit. They got the world one, which is the ID now. I got this regular driver's license just recently. I'm not getting that garbage. Somebody got on me about me being a citizen. Why would I want to be a citizen to any corporation? What the fuck does that make sense? So on my naturalized on my land, the soil I belong to. That's like giving up. So, but yeah, I dig. But the whole thing is together. So much could have been accomplished. Even as far as going, hey, look, you got this goofy ass man, these fake ass politician monkeys who are greedy and they don't believe in the Constitution or nothing. And we know that they're moot and to be avoided. Because people don't say that together in one voice, you can't make change. But on our land, we could pay all the land taxes, this, that, and other to build all that shit and tell them, look, this is the affidavit. You stay the fuck away from us. You get no taxes and no nothing. You just leave us the fuck be. We'll get our own water. We'll do this. Fuck you. You got your world. Enjoy it. You got your people you like to play with, your idiots and everything else. Stay in that embarkation. Because nobody thinks that way. You know what I mean, beloved? T-Bone, I thought it was sleep. No, what's up, baby? It was stuck, y'all. It was stuck up top. It wouldn't even slide down, y'all. I don't know what that was all about, but that's an excellent question with a lot of excellent. Appreciate the donation too, beloved. Chaos, what's going on? Man, what's going on? Thunderstone. How much credit we give them? Well, we give all the wrong individuals. NAACP, all of them, and then Indian. They all know who they are. Those are betrayers, though. Every last one of them. I think we have maybe a couple of Africans working with them now. But y'all need to know these things. I got a family member who's with the NAACP. Card carrying. Cherokee motherfucker. It's good to see you, Thunderstorm. Think about Russia. Crepley, I love Russia. I got too many friends. Matter of fact, Ganja, West Side, all of them met a couple of my Russian and Ukrainian brothers at Gunfighter Canyon. Yes. They don't know what the hell is all this goofy shit. And they don't have no hate. Hell, some of them served together. We live in such a proverbial time. You got to remember that all the lands are connected. Everything that we get here as far as information is by the liars. Everything that's happening out there is for the support and destruction of y'all's existence. What is there a dumbass, any liberal that's standing at a fence that's blocked off with their dog, little tiny ass dog, barking and attacking everybody, complaining about that big dog, talking about your dog's by my fence, Karens or Kens. That shows you that there's a mental dilapidation. There's a destruction going on within the soul and the existence of the physiology of the man and woman. Doesn't matter what ethnicity and case or how it got that way. People aren't seeing it for what it is. They're allowing and loathing and hugging all over their own destruction. Make it make sense. I can't fathom. In my existence, I don't even have words to put to that shit. That's why I'm here for the few. I look at that shit like this over there. I don't even venture into that department, but excellent questions. God damn, some good questions. I love my Russian brothers and sisters. I know way too many. All right, I know a couple of Russian women that want anyway, right? And we know that could be a fixation. But the reality is there's a lot of good everywhere. I got Ethiopians that, they was teaching me how to do this over in Camden, New Jersey. And I was like, doing that thing. I love that. I just love that shit. You can't, you get me up there. Oh, man, that's the greatest thing when I was in the military, when they start doing that. Oh, shit. I love one. My Ethiopian brothers and sisters, my Moroccan ones, had a couple of them. Might be Eritrean, I don't know, doing the same thing. You couldn't. It's the greatest thing. I got some Mongols. My boy Denji, sir, in Mongolia. A good friend of mine. He knows Native Americans are native. They're not native to this land. He knows the history. Because he has motherfucking grand cousins, I guess we call it. I forget what he called it. Who came here to play Indian around the turn of the 19th century, or the 20th, which would be 1900s. Yes, that's the proof I got. You know what I'm saying? And I had to wrestle. I told you I had to wrestle. I had my pants on, but I had to put on that funny shit. And I was like, shit, let me get some of that lamb, that whatever the fucking grease up so you can slide. Some big son bitch, flip you all over the goddamn place. Strong eating that goddamn whatever. Man, listen here. Man, look, I was proud. You got me, I was strong as something. Man, that motherfucker stand up on the back of the horse. I could ride, but I was like, nigga, I ain't standing up on that. And I was having a good time freezing my nuts off. Them little fat face round motherfuckers just wanted to jump up on my bones. We need a couple of them babies. No. I can't sit there and think I'm humping on something with a face that look like a goddamn potter's plate. I can't, you know what I'm saying? Everybody got that functionality. But yet I know people from all over, man. And I know magnificent, beautiful people, whether Peruvian, Ecuadorian, Colombian, whatever the fuck, Guyana, Ghana, whatever. I know magical people. So whenever I'm talking, and it's usually about the bad individuals or the people who are ignorant, who don't know, I keep it going because it does reach. And if everybody embarks, remember the circle you keep, it changes. It's people see it, and there are people at first who are uncomfortable, and they realize, oh, this person's not so bad. Sometimes they might not want to hear what you're saying, but then there sometimes when the seed hit, and I never looked at it that way. I am not attempting to make people love their enemy. And in that case, I'm not attempting to make people love themselves. We keep looking at little things that paint the big picture, but we keep looking at all the little negative things instead of the positive things, and allow those positive things to creep upon us and be beneficial for one another. That's a spell when you don't do things that's natural to who you are. Doesn't matter what color it is and all that. The enemy knew exactly what they were doing. And you would think that the individuals would be not so perplexed, but better at communicating this. But you can get grafted in, and you can start to enjoy the things that go against the very essence of your existence. And we have that case going on. Hey, Nitzel, what's going on? Thom, what's going on? I'm going to shout everybody out. My apologies, guys. Like I said, it was stuck up top, and you know what I mean? That's not how much credit we give them. I know. It's pretty sad, you know? And brainwashed to do that foolishness. Yes, well, yes. Hey, what's going on? I was hollering you out, man. Programming indoctrinated, it's the lowest of low. But we don't keep feeding it. We start going, we recondition, and we've established a reconnection to the highest authority and point. There's a reason why they need your pineal gland calcified. There's a reason why they feeding white potatoes and all that other shit for starch. And starch, what it does to your body. They're doing all these things because they know, first of all, your cholesterol should be over 200. And majority of y'all is about 180 or something like that because they keep lying to you. You're not even planet firm on the firmament, you know, to walk in the sin area of existence. That 7.35 whatever hertz, to walk in that connection. Hey, baby. Hey, mama. I freed him up for you over there. Why you over here? Oh, you're getting moths. I see him. Okay. Trump's administration had predicted there will be more blackouts by 2030. People, yeah, that is still living in a fantasy is not going to make it. Absolutely. Solid Perry is all. TD Jakes, thank you. Oh, that's enough. Oh, he just hid off the map. But not him. It's the pale skin one. Not Oral Roberts. What's the name of that thing? I'm gonna pull his name up right now. And one of y'all probably gonna say it. You know me, I gotta try to find it. D. Oh, God, I don't want to say his name. Kenneth Copeland. Oh, it's the most wickedest, vile, evil things. Anyway, that was the one I was thinking about. My baby's new mama. Oh, yeah, you already know. I felt free when I was roving. Oh, that's what's up, Thom. Yeah. My business partner is Russian. They are actually really good people. Now you got some that are pretty jacked up, but we got them in the hood and in the sticks. We got some pretty jacked up individuals, you know? My Chinese cousins, right? They're Muslim. Coolies. They're darker than me. They used to see the regular Chinese come here and they hated them. I used to be like, yo, what are you doing? Chris. Edgar. Chinese. What the fuck is they doing? Oh, they speak a little Arabic and they still spoke Mandarin. And they sitting there, oh, they're no good. And I'm like, what? They're no good. And they would send one of the younger cats, one of my younger nephews out, and he's standing in front of the store. If they come by, he'd be like, tell them go. And they wouldn't even say nothing. They just tell them get the fuck up out of here. But them cats are strapped. My Chinese, them like niggas. Just straight up what they is. They been here since 17, whatever the fuck. Well, you know it ain't, it's 1,000 years added on, but they been here for a long fucking time, working on tires, carpet, railroads, you name it, farms, picking cotton and shit. Dead ass from Costa Rica all the way the fuck up. I'm being dead ass, all right? I remember the Chinese side is on my father's side, Chickasaw side of the Choctaw, you know. And a lot of people, I got brothers from Korea, Philippines. I had to get on this Filipino who was being racist as fuck, talking about the brothers over there visiting. I said, wait. You're not even the original people of that land. When y'all was conquering and fighting here with them and going over there and the islands and everything, getting your ass whooped in a lot of places, y'all settled there. And you married in. The Negritas are still there. They're not from Africa. She shut up real quick. She got quiet. She ain't respond no more. Why? Because of some other Filipinos that pointed out that I was speaking facts. Racism is created by the narrative of news, Hollywood, and this worthless ass dumb fucking media. Oh, appreciate that. again. Appreciate it, Waller. You know what I'm saying? The enemy and God both have the ability to be within. Because it is within. It is not. While you're looking up there, you're forgetting the God presence right here. Everything is within. And it wants you outside of yourself, so that way you never enter yourself to contain yourself. That way they can enter and contain you themselves. This is a fact. You know, that CIA books I got, man, I was reading some of that stuff. I was like, holy shit, that's how they did that. I'm like, what the? I don't want to know everything. I ain't reading the whole thing. I'm just reading like little. I'm going through the index. I'm just looking at for certain things. And oh man, I ain't trying to know all the ins and outs. I don't need it. I just know it's not no good. And who created it and facilitate what to the point we're at right now and beyond. But yeah, Brian, how you doing? How you doing, bro? Yeah, Joel Osteen. That's another piece of duty. Kenneth Copeland, yeah, Brian, that's a son of a gun. Oh my goodness, this may be a funny question, but would it also work in the White Castle? Man, that ain't even beef no more. That thing's nothing but GMO soy burger. Probably, and I think they had one test. Somebody Google it. They had a test come out which showed had human DNA. I can't remember if it was out in New York or I think Crystals. They did the same thing down in Florida and Georgia, but Carolina, New Jersey, New York, White Castle, I think they found human DNA, if I remember right. As a second job on the truth about that food, it makes me feel similar to a drug. I know. White Castle used to be, I used to buy the suitcase with, was it 24, 12 or whatever, and then 20. I used to goggle them things up before I went to Touching, New Jersey. I used to work at Revlon, you know, Hydro. And man, I was union at 17. Man, I told y'all a story about that. Whacking hot bar there, and I went in the military. I didn't even try and come back and get the job. I was like, I'm done. But I used to see all the chemicals. We used to get it on the, on the witch calls and bring it all in to mix it all up to make this shit y'all put in your face and your body and sprays. And talking about skunk, it was like skunk wood. Man, that shit is nothing but deadly ass chemicals, and people just wearing that shit like, and everybody think they smell good. I'm like, nah, I'd rather smell your pheromones. I'd rather know if you're off tier, if you're PSH, you know what I'm saying? I want to know what I'm really dealing with. We hide and mask everything, so we're outside ourselves because that's where they got us thinking. Outside of ourselves, our trajectory is not internal. That's why I'm always telling y'all I'm eternally bonded to y'all. I don't like using the word love. It's meaningless. It's like a catch-22, but y'all get it. But excellent question, brother. I'm not thinking too much into it. You're not thinking too much into it. You're thinking as you should, brother. Baka is a must. Yeah, with them, absolutely. All opinions are welcome, yes. Hey, Yvonne Bell, what's going on? Pick up another skillet instead of downsize. Oh, shit, yeah. Tough and very tough and resilient. Heck yeah, definitely. They are Slavic people. Slav is where the word slave comes from. Exactly. And they know it. Because you got to remember, Slavs, some of the, over, what was it, 60 million of them killed in the gulags built by the Bolsheviks. You know what I'm saying? And people don't want to hear that. Hey, Nancy, appreciate you, huh? But anytime you speak on these things, the people it don't matter to are the ones who are outside themselves doing the worst. And that comes with a lot of luggage, and as sad as it is. What is the meaning of why in young niggas? I've never heard it before. Yes, young niggas. It's just the most stupid thing I've ever heard. The dumbest thing. And they don't even know that 1 little, 2 little, 3 little niggas, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little niggas, 3, 7 little, 8 little, 9 little niggas, 10 little niggas. Yes, 1 little, 2 little, 3 little Indians, 4 little, 5 little, 6 little Indians. The Digger Indians. Have y'all ever heard of the Digger Indians? Look them up. Like Osceola, we know he was a Negro. We know that Cochise was a Negro. I have 5 friends growing up named Cochise, like my Aunt Inca. We are prominent on our soil, and we are indifferent because we want to look at the liars who want you pushed away as if they're going to have a great consortium for themselves while you have nothing, while you are destroyed. They have been misled and led and designed to believe that it won't be painful, you won't know nothing, it'll be over, and they can exist in the propriety of their bullshit existence. Y'all are the defining part of this. It's got to be deep, the connection. And that's why we say if religion can help you get there, then so be it. But if you're going to get into yoga and Hinduism, but all that other stuff, get the tools. Don't follow their leaders. Get the tools and bring the vestige back into a whole collaboration of all these different things. And no, because right now there are women out there, boy, they got these wax penises and wax red and black or white candles, depending on what it is, with rose hips and certain leaves, you know. They're good at what they're doing. And using salt to put the little mark with the dirt in it, putting the candle in the middle to keep you stuck. Little minstrel. These women are picking it up. Brothers ain't. Oh, they just doing dumb shit with these young cats, making the pentagram and for music and selling their soul. Goofy ass. You can't sell your soul. You can fuck it up. You can disconnect from it. Outer body experience, people. The reality is they're being misled, and because of certain things they accept something strange for the change. And where does that come from? That comes because as a whole, we don't do what certain people, individuals do to carry the truth forward. We have elders who have gotten lazy. They were made comfortable and they grabbed it in their head. Everything will be fine. Your children will be okay. No, that's how they get you. You know? Look at how many babies. We're talking about 50,000 over there. Look how many babies have died over here because of the goddamn UOPs. And over in UK and Japan went crazy. That motherfucker prominently, but he's part of it. But the people over there were so healthy, they're like, no, we drop them dead. They ain't right. I got people from who I grew up with who have dropped dead, who the family members all live over to 80, 90 years old. Make it make sense. You know, you gotta do a parasite cleanse. And after the parasite cleanse, you gotta do a gut lymphatic cleanse. After that, you gotta be careful of what you utilize. I shared with baby girl Snoo, my heart. I shared some things with her. I don't want to share to buy it. I'm not just shared it with her because those are supposed to be the good ones. I have iodine. So I took some pills. I might do it. When I come back, I might take it and put it in a little glass or something and show you the color. When it goes black, it's bullshit. And these are things, simple stuff that you could do to see if anything's good. Vinegar tests, all kind of stuff. But they have been doing this for so long, and they're so good at it that our people refuse to acclimate, to one up and better themselves. Look what they're doing with the melanated farmers when we were the original farmers in the first place in Texas. How come they ain't get together and get all them soldiers, you know, and getting the good stuff and say, well, we got the 50 cal, this, that, and other, and we ain't going to let, just like they did for Bundy Ranch. You know, get together and say, not today. Instead of just sitting there, act upon it. I'm not wrong, because they're going to create a civil war. Hell, they pretty much got one going on. People just don't see it. I would like to see everybody in a better place, but it's balanced. That is all I can actually express. You know, remember the winner tells their version of history. Absolutely. Young Nietzsche was young niggas, but it would be better to hear him saying young Nietzsche's. Absolutely. The originals. Okay. Youngins, young ninjas. Yep. Young niggas. Exactly. One can never think that everything they do is futile. Individuals come along and they hear these things, you know. Everybody should be comfortable, not comfortable in their ignorance. Should be comfortable in the fact that it's relative that what's going on, that it's relative that people come together and stop being deplorable. You got to agree with me, all that nonsense. No, there was the time I remember people would sit down, they were conversating and hold little like tedious little arguments about this and another, but at the end of the day everybody was cool and they didn't meditate and carry it throughout the week. There was no, you see how the media control that, and you got all these idiots on TikTok crashing out because the liberals lost. Kamala was a black woman for the best. How do you ignore everything else? It's not in me to even conversate and really talk about this because it's so stupid. How did individuals get to such a lower existence? Like the pudding wasn't good and pudding because the pudding put it in your mouth and the chocolate pudding. But anyway, you know, they just got to, they take it back to Africa. Go swimming on those trees. Ain't nothing you can do in a beautiful white America. Ronald Reagan said it the best. He was just the greatest president in Jesus. Yeah, but y'all know what I'm saying. You gotta make fun. You gotta make a comedy out of this shit because it's that crazy. Oh, hold on, let me do that. I forgot to hit that. Okay, there we go. Oh yeah. You get one. All right. Yeah. I just want to make sure I got it right, guys. My apologies. Okay. I got to do this. I got to give a couple people their wrenches. They've been here. They've been loyal, and they're phenomenal, actually. You know what I'm saying? Damn, he's putting oh, y'all know I had to throw it out there. Oh, hey, man, I get it. The frustration hits you in the spirit. This is silly how far people fall away from being human and connected. Common sense hasn't been common, but dang, yeah. And don't call yourself human either. That's the goy. The Zionists, when they use the term goy, which applies to them, that's why I read it to y'all and nobody would. It applies to them too, because they're not really the Jews. Anyway, human means beast. It doesn't mean man or woman, and that's why I help my brothers and sisters who don't know that. And then you can go and look it up for yourself. And they're always manipulating the internet and all that because they control it. But if you dig far enough, you'll see it. And just like when I said the individual that created Zionism wasn't even religious nor a Jew, but you know he's part of that sect. You know what I'm saying? And I find it again. I find it of the utmost importance when we start to see the lie and when we relegate ourselves to the opposite side of the lie, which would certain circumstances be the truth, or to be the part of finding out to venerate more of the truth. God damn, more. Damn, I got that parasite out. Trust me, y'all. I got about 5 more to get rid of. Whew, I gotta do that clove tea. Oh man, I gotta stay close to the toilet when I do that, because I'll be running. But anyway, I'm not here to. Language is important. Yes, Fluffy Bunny. Yes, Mom. Yes. That makes sea bass make even more. Yes. And I know since y'all been coming, I know there's a bunch of you that go and actually look stuff up. I know it because I see it on y'all's posts. Some of us we're not even friends, and I found your page and I'm looking. I ain't seen no friend with us. Some of you at 5,000 you can't, and some of you just don't have the numbers. But I just don't want to surprise you. Be like, oh, I'm on your page, whipping through. I see some of y'all had a comment. I know you're looking at my page, you ain't saying shit. Well, that's what I do. I like to study people. But y'all are important. Don't be a human. Don't be a person. It's of interest, right? What is interest, right? Interesting or interest? This is the world they've created. Holy shit. When you think about it, I mean, hats off. I mean, I've said this numerous times. Phenomenal friggin' job, man. They're good at what they're doing. I mean, you can't deny it. I ain't saying glorify it. I'll do that part because I like to see good fucking work, even if it's bad. They're pretty fucking good. That's like them people that stole the tens of millions of dollars and ain't got caught yet. It's not right. I don't stand with them. Yet, fucking outstanding job. However they got it, for however long they got away with it. Did you see where they found the bodies of the Alcatraz cats that supposedly got away? They found the bodies. I'm like, come on, man. You got and now the new one is created Alcatraz with gators around it. What? That ain't in Trump's. That's these goddamn Zionists, and nobody wants to see it for what it is. They all want to argue and fight and bicker and be drama filled, and men on TRT still acting feminine, and women not even raising their feminine, or like the men should be raising their masculine goddess, and godlike personifications. Religion is not supposed to be outside; it's supposed to be inside. But because we're not eternal, we're looking external, and we're not. Man, did I just get stoned? We're not building a better crop of personal reliability and personalization and personal. We're dealing with personal infringement. What was that? We're set up on maritime law. Yep, that's the law of the sea for those exactly Black Sea law. Yes, title USC 3002 section 15A. Yo, that's some real stuff, Nitz. Yeah, that's what I like to see. And y'all go and look that up. You hear me? But I know I've had people throw some little slide bumps there like it's supposed to mean something to me. That's them being very weak, and I tolerate the intolerable. There are a lot of things that need to be done. We're dealing with heat. We're dealing with a lot of things, right? But I don't make an excuse. I reason with rationalization. The air. Even when we buy this, the young man that owns this company, I don't even know if he still owns it. When are they going to decide to put the batches out that's got all the shit in it that's really going to do you wrong, that's tasteless and odorless, that you'll drink and everybody drinks and they just swing through and clean up? When is that going to happen? When is it when you're going to open that beans, or you're going to open that pack of bacon, or that ground beef? When you're going to select some of those green fruits and vegetables? And all right, it was important for me to tell y'all about bell peppers because everybody thinks red and yellow and orange bell peppers. Those are not ripe. Green is when it's ready. But you know where I'm going with this. You know what I'm saying? About to research that right now. Absolutely. Excellent. And share it. I would just like to see individuals do better. Up until 1930 or 1950 and 60, all the children were born home. They weren't shot up with aluminum and all that shit. These fake ass diseases that they created. And even after that, everybody kept running to get these jabs every year in the military, this, that, and the other. And nobody questioned anything. That's authoritarianism. That is the system of these bastards put in high positions that aren't high at all. And because people lack responsibility, because the education system, they stopped when I was coming up. We used to have that conjunction, junction, what's your function? Putting up words in, you know what I'm saying? I'm just a bill, just an ordinary bill, sitting here on Capitol Hill. Well, now, you know what I'm saying? A-E-I-O-U, you know what I'm saying? They got rid of that after they said enough of that. Schoolhouse Rock, it was done. They didn't want you to be intelligent. So what they get, LeVar Burton and everybody, Sesame Street, then they started pushing all the funky weird shit. And what does it do to the children when your parents goddamn working like slaves, right? It makes them dumber than fucking rocks, and they ain't succeeded. Want the glass bottles and have refill stations to keep coming back and reuse the bottles from there. Yeah, absolutely. Rocco said he wanted a nation of workers, not thinkers. Exactly. Brian and Baby Girl Slaughter. Exactly. And you know what's even more troubling? It's always about control. That's just one thing that gets, when they have this mental control. How can you fight against it when you don't even know who you are? You don't even know what you're fighting because you've accepted it and you've lived it all your life. And you don't know how to move around it. You don't know how to change the dynamics of it. And so what people do is they go to the city hall meetings with these worthless ass, fraudulent motherfuckers sitting behind these, like they're at the round table, you know, League of Doom, not justice. And nothing's ever done or heard. And the people out there screaming and yelling at these sorry motherfuckers. You know who would have been the best mayor for New York? Curtis Lewa. I worked with that man. I used to go and hang out in his little junk room by the radio. You know, I used to hang out until we went out and we patrol. We had burner phones, and he would go out and make sure that every one of us who are heads would have the minutes on our phones to connect and contact if something was, because there were times we had to run to get on a train, get downtown, and get out there, and it'd be like 100, 200 of us, like, what's going on? And motherfuckers knew then, oh shit, there's 200 fighting motherfuckers. And we come ready to, because we train that way. Like, people don't know, I got a handbook on how to let go like a motherfucker when it comes to battling, like Neptune Beach Parade, the Bloods, a handful of Crips, and Latin Kings were really going at it. And we had to go out there and we had to fuck them up. And y'all don't have a clue with zip ties, and some of us had handcuffs. I still carry about 3 of my handcuffs I have. And look, a mindset, when you train together as a group, for better or worse, people are going to perform that way. I mean, I got 7 years patrolling the streets with guardian angels, man. Wow. Then I went down, touched New Jersey, and went to start it there. Came out here. I was going to start it out here. They had a sec, but it broke off because you know how drugs are, and not every Negro is the same. The guardian angels in Japan, work with them. Man, God dog, them boys. Whew, a couple of ones from Korea. We used to meet up. Oh man, y'all. I was afforded a time of some pretty good shit. I just wanted to be able to see my daughter and my son. I wanted to be able to hold all of them together if I could. They're older now. It'd be nice to be able to say, hey, look, all everybody come together. This is going to be a surprise. But some of them don't know how to function right. My youngest ones, they're, you know, it is what it is. The world as it is should not be. And it's painful. Because I just want to see, it's not about justice. That's going to happen regardless. The balance, it is, the imbalance is so, oh man, I don't know how people don't see how unbalanced, unbalanced things are. It doesn't mean that balance you're going to perfect it. It's perfected itself. I'm saying, just like any and everything else I've spoken about it, when you embark on, when you start picking up your chalice and you want to fill it instead of somebody else pouring their poison in it, you know, that balance is imperative. It's what needs to be. And that's why I know I've had people comment, and I never really responded. You know, why are you saying religion? Well, religion can be a guide stone. It could be a tool. It's just that individuals, they keep the perception of the enemy deeply embedded. It's a conditioning. Everybody says they want free, but they don't know what free is. You know? Yeah, I appreciate it. Oh yeah, man. I'm good either way, beloved. We have magnificent brothers and sisters out here. Cure Meal just had a lot, man. I had to go. I'm waiting on my transfer, so I wasn't able to send them nothing. I'm not like sending them something when I can. I took a break for a while because I was sending everybody's live outgoing. I was sending 10 and 20. I was like, man, I ain't got to do it like that right now. But you have a lot of brothers and sisters, man. Niece, she hurt her foot, y'all. She was trying to ride a bull or some shit. Niece, yeah, baby girl Slot, she's trying to ride a bull and shit, you know, waving her little red, and she had the fan flat, and the cowboy hat. She knows she in Texas. And the bull said, fuck that. and threw her ass off, and she went down on 1 foot. No, I'm just kidding. That's not what happened. I just anyway. Oh, I'm retarded. I just saw a picture of her with a big ass foot with one of them big ass thing on. I said, what the hell? I said, oh, she done kicked her husband in the ass. I hope not. Oh, Lord. Oh, Jesus. Oh, shit. Oh, sweet Jesus. Baby Jesus. Oh, that damn Chinese New Year's, baby. Let me shut up. But y'all know what I'm saying. Yeah, your boot. I said that picture. I said, oh, she was out there trying to get that flat. You know they doing that new, there's a new bus stop. Flat. Oh, she probably twisted the wrong way or something. Okay. All right. Nah, hey man, y'all know I gotta make fun of somebody. If y'all look at we ain't on stage, I'm picking all you. Better have no big titty. You better not be sitting there with weave in your head, about 12 colors in it. I'm coming to get you. But look, on reality, I appreciate the individuals who live their religion. I mean, in the peaceful, not deplorable state. You can't come to me talking about you're a racist and a Christian. I'm gonna look at you like you. Like we fuck the gloves, cuz you don't have to put no hand wraps on. Come on, let's step back behind here right quick. This man, we're gonna talk. I don't care if you've been training. Well, we're gonna talk. We're gonna find out. You know, they just take that one good one from me, cuz I'll eat about 15 to 20 to get that one. That's that one meat hammer, that sickle one. Catch you. I don't care if it's in your knee, your shin. I don't care if I catch you in your forearm, your thigh, your shoulder. I done hit people in the shoulder and saw the arm go limp. I'm just saying facts now. I don't care. As long as I can come up, it's like, stand, this is right here. If you got a door, right? I'm going to show you right quick. A little boxing trick, right? If you got a door, right? You can stand your foot right there on the side of the door, right? And that jab. Move over, jab over here on the side of the door, right? Moving that heel, right? Boom, back over, boom. Just with the door frame on the side, boom, and then turn it, right? Turn it back around, you know what I'm saying? Boom, throwing that jab, boom, on the side, step, boom, step back over, you know what I'm saying? Tons of little tricks. And you be the benefit from it. Anyone from any physical church, I say, I hear you. That's why we have to do for self. How you utilize it, and then your further research. Y'all hear me all the time. I dismiss Christianity because I can. It ain't my religion. I know how it was created and where it was created from. Islam. Muslims are the persons, right? Islam is the religion. The Torah. And then you have what they call Jews. And then you have what they call Israel, which only belong to one individual. There's a lie. The lie of everything exists. So I dismiss it all. Yet, I've seen the righteous individuals who live literally by the religions, that live it in a way that is almost to perfection. They don't walk around hostilities. They're pleasant. They sound like gibbers, but anyway, right? They'll protect you, even if it gives up their own life. Make sure that you eat, even if it's half of what they have. Those are the individuals I respect. People want to put their hands on you. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't want to hit Jesus. And if they say it, I'm not at a point where I can be dismissive and hate. So I can't venerate something that goes against it, regardless of what my thoughts are, or what y'all consider beliefs. Believe means lack of knowing or knowledge. Yet, I have been around those who live and they have stayed that way, even until their last breath. I respect them, and they're less than 1%. A lot of our people, they talk, talk, dress. That's all outside. Then when you look at them and you want to look deep into them, it's like, nigga, who you gaslighting? And then the first thing, what are you talking about? You ain't gonna mention my Jesus. What kind of motherfucking religion you practice? You gotta get all hateful and all honorary and all that, wanting to kill. What religion is that? You get where I'm coming from? What was that? They had to switch with the times to stay reverent and relevant. One and the same. And so I'm gonna add that to my regimen. Oh, appreciate it. Well, you know the jab, the hook. You know a hook don't come from out here. A hook comes from here, right? Right? And the uppercut, same thing. When you got your foot, you got right proper spacing, all right? Bending them knees. I got jacked them knees, but I still got to get them in, moving them hips, getting that ball of the foot. You know what I'm saying? So when just keep going. Boom, boom. You know what I'm saying? Keep throwing them jabs, throwing them hooks, right? And throwing them uppercuts. Just practice that and moving forward and moving back. Get on your left, go orthodox, unorthodox, southpaw, orthodox. It's up to you and just keep going. You know what I'm saying? I'm hearing young men call the church women the final form of 304s. What does that mean, Thom? I don't even know what that means, bro. Yeah, explain that, because I never heard of that. The final form of 304s. Yeah, break it down if you don't mind. But when you look, all the information is coming out. Hitler in English. I don't know why 304 loose women. Oh. Yo, they kind of correct. I was listening to the Hitler series. I was in the commode. I had my little earpiece and my tablet, and I was listening to him speak in English. He wasn't trying to kill no damn Jews. He was getting rid of traitors and those Zionists. And he didn't get, I wish he could have got rid of all of them. But they were over here manipulating the light-skinned folk, showing how dumb they are. Going to war. Germany was here all that time. They should know the truth. It wasn't like they didn't say it here in New York and everywhere else. Or New Amsterdam, whatever you want to call it. But this is the world that we're dealing with. And because we have been so lazy and slothful, the perversions have taken control. And it's hard to get out of. I don't expect everybody to get out of it. I'm not wishing that. But yet it is very hard to get out of it. But together, we were capable of so much more. But like I said, they have a hold on everyone, you know? And I don't have the perfect answer. I just know that you got to make better choices, brothers and sisters. It's up to you guys. It's not up to anybody else. It's literally up to you guys. That's gals and guys, okay, excuse me. Y'all need to start being the bro stars and sis stars, as our brother says in the raps and everything. A lot of people know this, that you're gods and goddesses. But y'all's perception of what a god or goddess is derived from Hollywood. Even the term. You don't need to believe it. You need to know it. And you don't have to debate it and argue with motherfuckers who don't. You know? Excuse me. And he was trying to make a difference, but it was demonized by the... Yes. But with Jack Lever, anyone they emphasize heavily as a villain, I have to double... Boom! But bam! Adolf was going through the same shit we did. Exactly. And what did he do? No interest, no taxes. Germany was growing like a motherfucker. Ain't owe nobody nothing. And look at everybody, no porn, no transgender motherfuckers running around in your face. You know what I'm saying? This old sick shit. But look at us. And look at how the shit won't be right until the Negroes are cleaned up. And it takes a lot of work. It takes a lot of work. It doesn't matter what anybody believes or thinks. It doesn't matter. That's a fucking fact. That's what I'm gonna make a statement right here. A lot of work to do. A lot of work to do. No usury. Straight up. You already know. Man, I appreciate y'all. I'm gonna get off here because I can do this all day, man. We can sit. My spray came in yesterday. I need to pick that junk up, but I'm trying to wait for my stuff to transfer so that way I can go ahead and pick up a couple other things, you know. I enjoy, like, see y'all. I guess y'all can see my deposition. My whole witch card is a lot better than where I was at. I just gotta get myself ready for this fast. Damn, this is gonna be a mother with all this heat, man. Oh, this heat. 111 people, 162 missing, 111 deaths, girls, women. I mean, how do you just out of nowhere get 30-foot waves? You know how high 30 feet is, right? Okay. I guarantee there were strong swimmers, but when you got debris and trees hitting you, knocking you out, mangling you, I've seen the aftermath in the military of a tsunami and a couple other things, and it's not good. It's fast. It's not as slow as you think it is, and they create it. Hey, South City. I'm watching a portion of young men getting cleaned up and young women realizing they've been ruined. It's sad. My bad, brother. I'm glad to be here and fall into this truth. I'll definitely be watching. I appreciate you. Add the Caucasian as well, baby girl. That's what the Zionists wants. Yep. Us against each other. Absolutely. First of all, the original Caucasians were darker than midnight. The original ones, they had wavy straight hair. They were blacker than a motherfucker. The Caucasian. Yes, look it up. It's there. But they want us at each other's necks. And that's the worst thing. And I had to point out to another idiot who felt some kind of way. He was an idiot. And I think it's clean to start him. What do you mean? I said, if they say Ham the progenitor of the dark races, but not the Negro, Yaphet, the youngest, and Shem, the children of Shem are multifaceted. That means light skin and dark skin. Shades. Fuck the language crap. We already know most of these languages are made up. Resets are a motherfucker, but when you have the right people in millions, this is how you perform this. They want to get rid of 7 billion and keep 1,500,000,000. We got an army running around thinking this is shit. They got an army bigger than all armies put together, with equipment and shit that fly around without gas and that can fuck everything up. I'm just pointing out something that may be a fact. That's why it's imperative. It's important to get rid of egos and all these other things. You know what I'm saying? What was that? You know, already know it. Yeah, the New Testament and Revelation, Esau tells you exactly who he is. I am the morning star, as in Lucifer, morning star. Yeah, and Lucifer ain't the bad guy. I know. Don't they do everything backwards, reverse, upside down, and inverted? I mean, they got everybody calling Emmanuel Jesus. And then you see the term they give for Jesus? It lacks authority and truth. Sin. They got y'all thinking it's bad. Well, and the ideology of wrong and bad is what it is. But sin is your lower grounded position. Literally, of the vial of the two snakes, your existence, the ether in it, the aurora around you, grounded not just hugging trees, which helps to reestablish that the sin is the lower of your grounded position, not something evil. So if you see sin as evil, you disembark from it without even knowledge of its truth. I only came to change that. Your higher authority, the fluid around your brain and your cranium, is called chrism, the Christ fluid. It's a reality of 33 vertebrae, Jacob's ladder. Who was Yaakov? Jacob, right? Israel. It's the sound point to the firmament, God's footstool. Do you not walk amongst the earth and not know thyself, but know thyself to be true, not afflicted in the abode of their murk and mire? It's a lot of things. And they play in a valley they should never have chosen. And I can't do nothing about that. Not if I don't want to do anything about it. I think I'm saying enough. They're listening and watching. Whatever. This is crazy shit. And it's funny. To me, it is. I don't have to curse anybody anymore. The ones that I've laid, they stay. It's not being vindictive and vengeful. It is letting them fucking know. But it's what you are able to do. That's what they're worried about. And maybe they bypass that. And so you actually have the upper hand. But that's if you choose the right, not pill. Leave the fucking red and blue pill alone, people. Grab that green motherfucker, okay? That's beautiful. It's beautiful. But anyway, I appreciate y'all. You know I keep going on. There's so much. That's so much. Quiet the noise. Extract it from the noise what sounds decent. Lay your bass line. Get your snares, you know, your cymbals and all that in there, and then get your acoustic, you know, your guitar and all that. Get those things in, and as you peel away all the fucked up stuff, allow all the good stuff to be the beautiful music. And that's the magic you need. That which is beyond comprehension, where you can't explain it. Anything that they explain is marginalized by the lie, false convictions, narratives that put everybody's truth into obscurity. Allow yourself to move like water or liquid. Don't be all in a rush. Don't be hasty. It's unnecessary. When you make a mistake, correct it. You'll realize that just because there's a lot of people around you that won't correct it, don't have nothing to do with you. Okay? You make that correction. You hear me? Your choice, nobody else's. All right? Green fell action. Got to clock my friends above the ground. Appreciate you, fam. Anyway, see you guys later. I got gas now. I can't get it out. Anyway, I appreciate y'all. Y'all already know. All right? Catch you guys later.